We have some news to go ahead
A
around the
lot of
league.
news.
A lot of news the last couple weeks. Starting off with the big news, the Dallas Stars fire head coach Pete Deboer. This was inevitable, I think.
I mean, honestly, I was a little surprised because they made it sound like at the postseason pressers, and from what I heard, that they were expecting him to stay on and they were going to figure something out with him and Jake Ottinger to kind of patch up that relationship. I don't know if something changed during exit interviews, after those postseason pressers
Mm,
where players go like, "Yeah, I don't want to play for him anymore," and they were hearing a lot of the same, and they're like, "We got to move on from him. It's just for the best."
that's kind of what happened,
Yeah,
actually. A lot of players can express their concerns. They were all internal exit interviews. Not It was
yeah,
like nothing made public, whatever.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of players were not happy with how DeBoer handled it, and it took this long because Jim Nill and the ownership, they were really like pros, cons. If we fire DeBoer, who are we going to go after? Is this going to help the team? And eventually, they felt like it was the best decision. And plus, Jim Nill said that DeBoer's job was safe right after Game 5 and after everything happened. So it's like, okay, like DeBoer and Ottinger are going to have to figure this out. But I think when it became more of half the roster is not happy about this, like we have to get
I
rid of
mean,
him.
I kind of get why Nil had the hesitancy to fire him because when you've made three conference final appearances in a row, you're one of the best teams in the league. You know, you kind of look at it, especially this late in the coaching cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there really anybody out there that's better than what we have right now?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if there's an answer to that question right now because I just look at some of the potential coaches available and I don't know if they're going to be better than a Pete Deboer out there. One guy I look at, Dallas is kind of a good mix of veteran players and younger players. Definitely more on the veteran side, though. Is maybe a guy like Peter Laviolette he got fired from New York.
Mm-hmm.
He's a veteran coach. He's kind of similar to DeBoer, though. Is like they can kind of wear on the players, but for a team, like I'd say their cup window is very much now. Getting a veteran coach like that might make the most sense.
I think there's three coaches that realistically you could go out: Gerard Gallant,
Yeah, forgot
Laviolette,
about
and
him.
Woodcroft. And I think those are three coaches where Dallas is gonna have their pickings with. And of course, it's not a situation like these other teams where it's like it's not an attractive job. This is a very attractive job.
Yes.
It is clearly they are still one of the best teams in the Western Conference. They're coming off another Western Conference Finals appearance. And I do think that a coach would be willing to come. And I really wonder about Peter Laviolette, and I wonder if he goes to Dallas. But they also enter the offseason with questions too, with Jason Robertson possibly being on the trade block to free
Hmm.
up some cap space because he's making a little bit above $7 million, and they have five UFAs with $4 million in cap space plus an RFA, Maverick Borg. Those RFAs are not bums. They include Matthew Shane and Mikael Granlund too. So they have a lot of work to do, Jim Nill. And overall, I think the firing with Pete DeBoer, it was inevitable. I knew it was coming after the exit interview. It was just a matter of when, not if. And overall, I think it was the right move for Dallas. Pete DeBoer is not a coach where if you want to get to the finals, you hire him. If you want to make progress, you hire him, and then eventually, you know.
Oh, and Pete DeBoer will get another job. Like I think probably not this year. At this point, I don't think there's any teams with an open coaching vacancy. Um,
Hey Buffalo, you can always fire Lindy.
I mean, do we see a potential team make a move like that where they kind of been stuck in the mud for a few years? They look at their head coach and like, we don't mind you, but Peter DeBoer has had proven success in the league. At getting the team ready for the playoffs and taking them to that next level.
Hmm.
I don't see it happening right now. I could see that being a mid-season thing where he definitely replaces a coach mid-season.
Yeah.
But I think right now it's probably for the best for Pete DeBoer to kind of take the summer off, relax, and learn from the mistakes he's made in Dallas, especially at the end of the year. I still really, really don't like how he handled the whole situation with Jake Ottinger. You don't throw your goalie under the bus like that, no matter what the situation is. I don't care. You never ever throw your goalie under the bus.
No, you don't. And
You should never really throw any of your players on the bus. Challenge the team, not a player.
you could have defended Jake Ottinger and be like, listen, I pulled him, thought maybe it was the better move. It clearly didn't work out. I tried to wake the team up. It clearly didn't happen. Like
And just own it and say
yeah,
it's on me.
yeah.
Clearly, like I didn't have our guys ready to play. If you want to pin this loss on anybody, pin it on me.
Yeah, instead of saying that, Jake Ottinger lost 6 of 7
So
to
why'd you start
Edmonton.
him then?
You are not going into Game 6 and starting Casey Smith. Are you
Yeah.
a fucking idiot? I'm sorry. Pete Deboer just became somebody that I'm like, you're a fucking dick. Thank you for watching the entire video. If you guys would like more exclusive content, make sure to follow us over on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Also, check out our new episodes, which drop every single Sunday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Available to stream on all platforms.